Good evening and welcome to take 2 of the Monza race replay for Gran Turismo 7 ERL Elite Tier. Hopefully we last longer than we did the other evening. Apologies that the stream got interrupted. Unfortunately, my daughter woke up and it was the first night before being back at school, so I probably tried to get her back off to sleep over doing the stream. If it happens again tonight, she can join in with the rest of you and watch the race as it's a Friday night. But we will start from scratch and start from where we were. So we'll quickly whiz you through the grid order. So on pole is Airman from the GT class. Specs in Mercedes, better known as MG Dunn, in second place on the grid. Third is the winner last time out, Just Filthy. Fourth is Dad Leisure in Mercedes. 5, Klossboss in the Corvette. 6, champion-elect Smiley, who needs to just score tonight to take the championship. Boosted VR in P7. Has Nagel in P8 in the Mercedes. P9, Deputy Fishertail in the Porsche. P10, Apex in the McLaren. P11, SD Dunn in the Aston Martin. P12, Lucky Orange, I say, in the Toyota Supra. P13 is myself in the Renault, joined by my fellow Renault colleague Darken Azrael. 15th is Panda in the Ferrari. See if he can repeat the heroics of Ferrari from Sunday in the Formula 1 race. 16th, purely because he was just over the queue bound for late check-in even, is Honda Jez in the Jaguar. So without further ado, we will get back to the front. We'll get the action underway. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. So quite a long hold, but we are underway. And what a start that is from Specs and Mercedes, who takes an early lead. And trying to cling on to P2, but he's already been bumped, dropped it down to P4. I think that Honda does struggle a little bit off the line, but Mercedes has absolutely flown, as has Dad, who's tried to get through. Oh, a couple of cars running deep. Monza turn 1, as we all know, is infamous in many racing games and real life, but looks like everyone's got through. There are a couple of people it looks like did have to take the run-off area. The Mercedes of Specs has absolutely taken off. There's going to be so much battling, slipstreaming down the main straights. It's going to, if you can try and get yourself away, it's going to put you in a very good position. Smile, as you see there, is coming under pressure from Haas. And so Smiley just needs to finish the race and score a point tonight to win, so I imagine that's highly likely. But yeah, thankfully, pleased to say that everybody has made it through. Panda's flown up, he's gone from 15th to 8th. Opening lap. We know that Ferrari is a bit of a rocket ship off the line. Oh, look like there's that a little issue in there in the background. Now it's wrenching the Toyota. Bumper damage as well. It's a shame for him. Really struggling since they unfortunately seems to have nerfed that Supra. I know this is one of the tracks that he was picking it for originally. Gaps closed up at the front, we saw Specs get away, but it doesn't take one of the pressure from Filthy, but Filthy's definitely closer than we saw it in the lap. So coming to turn 1. Looks nice and smooth there. Yeah, pack's tied together. Smiley and Haas are still having a bit of a battle there. Panda right on the back of them. Come on, Panda. Hop on board. Oh, he probably heard on the brakes and he had a light there, but avoided running to the back of Nagel. Oh, As you see, Nagel trying to get moved on Smiley whilst trying to not lose a position to Panda at the same time. So often we see this, don't we, in Gran Turismo, where you're often trying to weigh up getting the move done on the car ahead, but also having to think about the car behind you. And the Panda's joining us from his holiday this evening. We'll hop back out of the car. Yeah, Specs are still leading, we'll keep an eye on that battle at the front. This looks like, oh, Smiley's on the little touch of the grass there. Right, we know that Corvette's very quick on the straight, so we're hoping he can hang on here. I've been saying that even with that, oh, Smiley's trying to send on Gloss and Nagel's trying to send on Smiley, backs out, sensible. Oh, there's a little bit of door bang between Panda and Smiley, but they've kept it going. That's a great view from the cameras there. We come into the Della Rocha chicane, as we saw Oscar Piastri put a move on his teammate earlier. Gloss going to go for a similar move here, and Smiley. Difficult to get moves done on the outside here, which we saw it can be done. Gloss has to take too much inside curb to push Panda onto the grass. I think anyone at fault there is just there's so many cars here, bumper to bumper. Mid pack now, and this championship is so tight. You know, the racing's just relentless. They come for the Lesmos. Approaching this Scary chicane, so key here to carry some good momentum. It's allowed Smiley just to pull away a little bit through here. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a buffer to behind, but this is crazily close behind here. Alright, SD12 is having to serve a penalty just as he got himself in that mix. Let's look Panda back pass. Yeah, wow, what a pack of cars that is. A couple of cars have fallen off the back. I think there must have been an incident there. Smiley's, I'd imagine, is going to come under pressure from the Corvette here. It's quick on its own anyway with the slipstream. Ross going to get the move done. So into the braking zone. Oh, it's tight. Can't quite get it done, but now Nagel comes back on the offensive. Jump on board with Gloss. We see Nagel in the rear view mirror. Again, we're coming back down to. Gloss tried this time. He's going for the inside line rather than the outside. It's probably sensible instead of Roger. Again, it's just so hard, but the corner just pinches you. But they keep it going. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there, was there? Go on board with Smiley. Still can't believe this guy plays a controller. It's as quick as he is. I think even since the last patch has brought the controller players much closer to the real players in terms of tyre wear disadvantages. A lot of trust being put here in the braking point of the car ahead. What about this is, I feel like we need to get back to that at the front, but this is just so epic. I don't want to come away from it right this second. We'll just see how things approach this time into turn one. Well, Scott earlier was trying to convince me this corner is called Paradolica, but I'm fairly certain when I saw our Italian friends that it's Parabolica. But Nagel getting it at the inside of Smiley. So a good run here. Gosh, trying to defend the inside line. These guys are allowed to make, they're going to make one defensive move once the car's in the radar, which I'd imagine Smiley is, and Gloss is in the radar now, as will Nagel probably be. tell you what, this is some high quality racing right now. Monza Turn 1 is basically become a meme, hasn't it, for online lovers, and whether it's this game or Forza or F1 24, but these guys are really showing how it's done. But we survive again for the chicane. It's hard racing, but the pack's intense. I feel we need to get back to our battle at the front. The Specs has still held the lead. Yeah, got himself away a little bit on lap 1. Filthy reining back in. But now it's coming under pressure from Dad. As you come back into the Ascari chicane. So important here that you get a good run. It's hard when you've got the dirty air as well. You want to be as close as possible to maximise the slipstream effect as we go onto the main straight. These three have pulled away. They've looked fairly comfortable. We've got 2 GT class drivers here in the top 3. As we've said repeatedly now, the gap's closed to the point where the gap's not existent really between the top of the GT class and the GT Pro. You see that Specs really trying to break the terror if he can. Not easy. Filthy just having a little look. See if anything can be done. For now they stay in a minute while they're not fighting. They just allow themselves to pull away from the pack behind. Then got Airman who's in a little bit of caught between these 2 packs, and then we're back to the pack with Justin who are fighting like mad. Oh, Specs just get a little bit tight on that line there, which might put him under pressure from Filthy. Soon see. Super tight here. You see already how consistent the lap times are there on the right hand side. But yeah, this is what we've seen before. Sometimes the battling, they slow each other down, and of course you want to make positions, but it's a long old race. It's an hour long race or just under. And whilst that mid-pack is fighting like death, that's probably why they're falling off Airmen, and at the same time it's why these 3 are getting away. So it is difficult. Of course you want to try and take the lead if you can, but you don't want to cost yourself time at the same time, so Filthy backs out for now. So I expect got a good exit out of Parabolica, but you'd think this time he looks close enough to potentially get the move done. Specs defending the inside hard, as you'd expect. It's going to make Filthy go the long way. Filthy, does he dummy back to the inside? Can he get it done under the brakes? Not quite. Oh, sorry. Not quite, but get another run here for the Curva Grande. The thing is, Filthy can't just focus on Specs, he's got to worry about the thing behind. This is close. This is close. Dad's now. Oh, I was going to say Dad's had enough of sitting in the pack until they can move, but it's not easy. It's difficult. You just feel like you never quite make the distance you need before the braking zone. You see yourself gaining on the slipstream, but obviously Phil's get a slipstream in turn from Spec. But yeah, it's close, it's competitive. It's what we love about ERL and what we love about Gran Turismo in particular, how close the race is. You think, you know, if this is F1, these guys will probably be passed by now with DRS or ERS, but you have to really make your move stick. Oh, Yeah, for 4th a minute though, Specs what pitting. Again, let's hop back on board with Dad. This will be a great view. Let's be careful that Filthy doesn't move on Specs. Oh, it's really close. Obviously, Filthy and Dad are fighting tooth and nail for the GT Class Championship. Filthy's done a little bit of a Lando Norris and come out of nowhere in that championship, you know. So, and he's really putting himself back in contention and bringing it into a four-way title battle again. Oh, that's having a real look. That's all it is for now, though, is a look. Any battling, any time they switch with down, Ehrman's there waiting to pounce as he's found himself really between the two, the pole sitter. Just struggled with the start, and I drove that Honda myself last year, and I liked it as a handling car, but struggles off the line. I've got to say, Specs has driven a really solid race so far to cling on to this. Not easy, he's been under constant pressure, but again you can see the consistency of the lap times. But there we see, oh, Dad is now trying to get the movers into Parabolica. So be careful he doesn't compromise his exit out of here. He's closer than he's been at any point now. Obviously they're weaving brake, so you've just got to be careful, especially once they get near the braking zone. Is Dad going for it this time? I think he is. Oh yeah, Filthy just outbroke himself a little bit trying to defend, which allowed Dad to come through. It's Mercedes 1-2 right now. But there'll be no thought of any team here to see. If you thought McLaren should have done team or his own this race, you definitely won't see him here because Dad is fighting for his own championship. Different category to Specs, but best way to get yourself the highest points you can in that championship battle is to score points in this main race. Which he's trying to do. Ehrman is definitely closing the gap though. Let's quickly get back to this pack battle behind. So Smiley again has separated himself from that pack. Nagel again has separated. So this pack has definitely broken up a bit now. Panda's gone aggressive on the soft circuit. That was obviously what helped to make those positions up. It's been just to see what he does from there in terms of the stops. And we've got another big pack arriving here on the Butchers. Oh, Apex and Boosted in very close there. Boosted, who's seen has had some really strong races recently, but I don't know if it's the car or what, but it just doesn't seem to be liking it. And I've just noticed that Gloss has ended up, I think that's a pit, he's ended up from the mid pack now to the back of this pack. And then we've got a few cars that have come separate. I think, if I recall, that was from unfortunate free where obviously we saw what happened to Wrench on the first lap, and I think Japan Fishtail was unfortunate 3 cars trying to go into the chicane, and it just unfortunately didn't work out. And it's a bit of a slog then trying to get itself back in, but this is damaging to the GT Championship for Gloss. You can see there, lap 7, a 2-minute lap, so something's happened there obviously. It's a bit of a ding-dong here between these guys. We'll get back to the front in a minute. Oh, on the book judges round. Oh, it's resetting. Make sure that wasn't a manual reset. Oh, Apex riding all over the curbs there. It's going to allow. Oh, he's got himself penalty. Oh, he's lost 2 positions as well. It's a difficult call that was for Apex. But yeah, gloss on the recovery drive. He's shown before he's the master of these. So we're 10 laps in, and Specs has led. Oh, it's going to be a difficult penalty for Nagel. Has led all 10 of them. So we just work our way back to the front. But this is for the just in time, because this is the battle for the lead. We saw Dad again able to get him moved into Parabolicca before, but God, these two Mercs are neck and neck now. Let's see if he can get this move done just at the fastest lap as well. I think he's going to have to go to the outside. It's not easy, but he done is it. Can he get room at the inside? Oh dear me. Onto the grass, and sometimes put a toe on the grass in this game, but Dad stays committed. Is the move done? Oh, I don't know what happened there. Dad dips on the grass, and obviously Specs is trying to cling on for dear life. But unfortunately, it's really cost Dad. He's gone from essentially taking the lead this race down into P4. Well, we said Airman has just been sat there between the two packs. Lap time wise, right up there the guys ahead of him. That's why he couldn't make any inroads, because he's just matching them lap for lap. Dad's now trying to get himself back past Airman. It's brought him back into the mix. But Filthy has now got ahead of Specs. We didn't see that because we were focusing on what had happened to Dad. Filthy now leads this race. Is he going to be able to go back to back? That'd be incredible to go from no GT class driver winning a main race to then doing it 2 weeks running, and that really would bring himself into contention for the GT Championship. But yeah, it's close behind, and then that mid pack has gone really close again. But yeah, Eamon's really brought himself back into this. Gaining on Specs, but at the same time Dad's got Dad all over his rear bumper, who's desperate to make up for been a difficult lap for him, going from contending for the race lead to having to cling on here. Can Dad get the move done into turn 1 this time? All over the back of the Hyundai. Just opts for now to stay behind. But yeah, Filthy seems to be putting a bit of a marker down and getting away here. So Eamon's in that position we always say where he's focusing on, can he get anything done on Specs, but at the same time he's got Dad. Oh, looks like he's actually now got a little bit of a... Sorry. Looks like he's now got a little bit of a gap. His Dad had another problem. I think he has, because now he's having to wear up Smiley. It's been a difficult couple of laps here for Dad Leisure. Not too long ago, I thought he was going to be taking the lead of the race. Now he's going to be clinging on for P4 with Smiley all over. There's no damage though. But Specs again, who's our early race leader, we're under real pressure now from Airman. Get back on board with him. I'd have thought it's a one-stop race, and looking at the tyres, you know, looked like the tyre weight's absolutely fine, so that could be key when the racing's as close as this. Undercut, fresh tyres. One thing we've seen though in the previous races is that how good Filthy, and whether it's Filthy's driving than this and itself or a combination of the two, seems to be so good on the fuel. Often means he's not having to refuel as much at the stop and having a quicker stop, which if he can do again will make a huge difference. But yeah, we've seen overtaking looks tricky, doesn't it? You think with the massive straights and the big braking areas it wouldn't be so, but Most of the moves have been done capitalising on mistakes. As I speak there, and I just picked himself 5-place penalty. Smiley and Dad side by side. It's brave driving, committed driving. As they go through, they've got it through the Lesmos. Now into a Sky chicane, they're still side by side. Dad's clung on for now, though he has got Smiley all in the back of him. Oh, Smiley's got it done just before we get onto the main straight there, but will that make him vulnerable to Dad now? Dad on the main straight. I think when you see the opportunity to get it done, you've just got to get it done, because you've seen how hard it is to get it done. But it looks like it's done now, but did he just clip the curb there and compromise a little bit? This is fantastic racing between the two of these. It just shows here, this shows the... Oh, what a move there. Oscar Piastri, heart out. Really just show the standard you got here. The reigning elite champion in Rico Smiley, they're almost certain to be champion this year, and this is one of the contenders in the GT class, going wheel to wheel, bumper to bumper, side by side with him. It just shows how the standard's raised. But he's finding it difficult to get this move done on Dad. Now, last time he went for it before the main straight. I wonder if this time he'd been more patient. As I said before, he's not like you're waiting for a DRS zone, but it seems that if you get the move into Parabolica, one, you might have to compromise your line a little bit to get it done, and then you're just so vulnerable to the slipstream down the main straight. But we shall see. This race is flown by. We're coming up to not a million miles from the halfway point. Pit stop timing will be interesting. Compound of tyre that they go on to will be interesting as well. Is it going to be medium, or would it be medium soft? Here we go then. Let's see if we're too far back into turn 1. I thought. It's probably going to be mainly about the exit here. Dad seems to have this under control right now. As under control as you can be. I mean, as I say, you've got the reigning champion probably less than half a second behind you. We've got Nagel, SD Dunn, lost time to get himself back up to 8th. He's done well there. And the field's a little bit spread then as we go back. Panda's pitted early. Be interested to see what happens with him. Oh, we're down to 15 now, so we've had a reclining. Filthy's in a really good position again here, and I don't want to commentate as cursing, but as a driver who, don't get me wrong, is quick enough, but his biggest attribute, I think I compared him to Alan Prost last week. It's probably too old a references and I need to modernise these. Keep forgetting how old I am. Let's say Carlos Sainz. Just relentless, meticulous in everything he does, and so rarely see him make a mistake. Look at the consistency of the lap times there. Just relentless, really. Specs has gone for it though. We'll pop back to that in a minute and see what he's putting on, because that's potential undercut attempt, provided he doesn't come out in traffic, of course. That's the only thing to potentially worry about, because that as we've seen how hard it is to get past with negate and the undercut strength. But then Dad is in as well. Makes it interesting. I think they're going to come out clean air. Just. So that's going to be interesting. How that gets Specs in his battle with Air now, and similarly Dad in his battle with Smiley, whether the undercut will take effect. I think Dad's coming out in clear air. Just. Yeah, he's fine. Specs is close to the Jaguar, so not as clear as he would like to have been. But we'll see now if the tyre offset makes the passing easier. Glowing red discs you start to see now as it starts to get more into the early evening here. I think it's sensible that Specs has gone on to the mediums. It's tempting when you've got this slightly lower fuel to maybe try and go a bit longer and try and get the softs on. But all round the medium it does exactly what it says on the tin really. This stuff is the best probably all round compromise between performance and wear. Imagine all these guys have to pit soon anyway. They're all going on. So now in terms of the pit stops, we don't really have any major battles on track other than potentially Specs closing in on Hondenbrooks. Here's your race leader. You have to say he's in a commanding position right now. Just see what he does to the strategy, whether he panics on the people behind that are pitted. Let's just see. Specs hasn't got moved on the butchers with the fresh tyres as quickly as you'd probably expect. So I wonder if that's going to end up negating the potential undercut. We shall see. Right, I just need to see really what these guys at the front are going to do. So yeah, as well as closing in on Gloss here. Again, looking very low on fuel. Since the update, the Renault is so much better on tyres. It used to be an absolute tyre destroyer. But that's why it's become, I think, a bit of a stronger car. It's always had the good handling. But yeah, it's no good if you chew through the tyres. Smiley's in, that'll be really interesting to see how it's worked out in the battle with Dad. We'll pop to him in a minute. Are these guys pitting now? And they're going to go on. Going on for another lap. Porsche quickly get to work. Where does he come out now in comparison to Dad? I don't know if it factors in on this game, but I noticed in ACC with the front fueled Porsche how different it handles when the fuel's lower because of the position of the fuel tank. Let's see. Where is Dad now in relation to Smiley? Oh, crikey. Smiley's opened up a big old gap there. So has he taken less fuel? No, their fuel's about the same. It's interesting. I wonder how he's managed to. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Smiley's actually overcut Dad there. But yeah, I don't know if these cars could be much more than 18 laps on their fuel tank, so I'd imagine we'll be getting the rest of stoppers in very soon. Are we in the window now where people are weighing up going to softs maybe? 13 laps? Tough to say. This Renault looks like it's basically running on fumes if you look at the bottom left there, so Airman's in. Gloss in. Is Gloss going to hit? He's got a little bit more fuel, he might go on with that. Yeah, he does. Airman's gone for mediums again, I think it's sensible. There you go, again, yeah. Pit crews all going to work. Yeah, I think it's sensible a lot of these guys just going back onto the set of mediums. Smart play. Definitely the one I wish I'd have done. I gambled on the softs, nothing to lose. Well, actually, it turned out to be lots to lose, lost about 3 positions from it, so you got that wrong. Filth is still gone on, so we've still got Filth in Gloss to pit, and then we'll have our net order. Cracking, now Dad's coming under all kinds of pressure now from the Aston Martin behind, who's also got slightly fresher tyres, so that would make things interesting. Someone has told me this before, and I don't know why, but I wonder why this is a British car that's left-hand drive. I know I've had the answer before, but I can't remember it. Tricky old evening for Dad. He's, he's still in a good position, but from trying to take the race lead, it's just, a few difficulties since then. And from battling Smiley, who now seems to have completely vanished down the road. He's now have to think about the rest he's done. I'd imagine we'll get to Filthy's stuff in a minute, but I'd imagine he's going to come out comfortably clear and with the freshest tyres. And he's going to need less fuel because he's gone longer, so. But yeah, ST Dunn gets the move done. Dad's coming back at him into Ascari. No, it's done. Oh, he's going into softs as we thought. Yeah, and he's in such a comfortable position now, so he's going to be on fresh softs. With a comfortable gap, it's his to lose, and we send this as a guy right now who's a machine. It's hard to see him giving it away from there. Specs has got himself a little bit of a buffer from Airman. Got Smiling P4. Let's have a quick whiz through now. I've had to stop saying that. Ross is in the pits right now. Nagel P5. It's P6. Abeck's going to have to pit again, so he's not in a net position. But here's the. I don't want to go down the order with these two having it right. Good old ding dong here. Side by side for turn 1 and 2. Tell you what though, in terms of Gloss trying to get back in contention with Dad, I mean, Pandas, this is where it's really open for Filthy at the minute. Dad in P8, which I think is a net P7, you got Gloss in P9, again net P8, I think when Apex pits. So his title rivals are at the minute all in the second half of the field. Oh, it's tight for the chicane. We'll have a good view of this from Gloss's car, that's for sure. Gloss has gone for the softs as well. It's probably going to be quicker in this phase. The car's headed probably quicker later in the stint. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Steve Dunn seems to have been able to pull a little bit of a gap. You see at the minute it's straight on speed of this Corvette, and when it might lack around some of the corners and the slow stuff of this track, it more than makes up for in a straight line. So there's another batch of cars just ahead of us. But you see the field is starting to spread now. I think there's been a few little incidents, few little mistakes that the pack is separated, but let's look at Gloss now on board. Straight on speed of this Corvette. Here's a beast. Moves out. Moves back out to outside. Can he get this done? Dad choosing not to defend the inside, in fact to keep the slipstream from SD, but no. He concedes the position, realises there that one was lost, but now Goswas has now got the run on the Aston Martin to make things interesting. This track is beautiful as we go into the early evening sunshine. Oh, full commitment there to the chicane. Heart of racing Aston Martin livery, fresh from their real life win at Kota at the weekend in the World Endurance Championship. I do say to Scott sometimes that for me Aston Martin should always be in British racing green. And obviously as a passionate Brit himself, I'm surprised he isn't racing it, but if not going to be in racing green, is the next most beautiful Aston Martin colours I think we could have. But we're not worried about what the cars look like right now, we're just looking at kind of Goscott's move done. Is he going to go for it here? Just back the Corvette straight on speed on the main straight. Done for now. SD tucks in and maybe thinks I can get him back on the slipstream. This is one fast car in a straight line as we've seen. The Apex is in the pit now, it's going to be the last of our stoppers. Let's see where Pandu is. The hometown hero looks like a very tricky evening's race. And Ferrari's got fantastic straight line speed. So always got Apex coming up just ahead of him. Goes wide point, but I can't see any rain there. Oh, we're not going to have a Hamilton Verstappen there, are we? Oh, Apex ran outside the disc brake. This is glowing. Gotta say with Ferrari, it's the nicest looking GT3 car. I know I can't be biased, but it is. But we have Ferrari versus McLaren battle for the second time this week. After the F1 race battle between Leclerc and Piastri, this time it's the turn of Panda and Apex. Probably the tightest battle we have on track right now. Advantage should be of Apex is going to be, yeah, on fresh softs as we see. It might only be for P11, P12, but yeah, it's a tight old scrap this is going to be. Into Sky's chicane. This curve's not quite as forgiving as the ones you might have seen earlier today. They're incredibly flat at the F1 race. Yeah, it's difficult for drivers, isn't it? Do you go for it into here, or do you wait for the main straight? Apex, well, I considered sending into Parabolic, who was going to wait for this main straight. I can only imagine he doesn't drive in cockpit view, because that wife could be driving me mad. There's the view that he's probably got. Oh, that was hair and scam, make sure he didn't want to run into the back of him. Oh, just dips a toe in the gravel. Dips a toe in the gravel? And weird in the gravel even. We'll flip back to the order in a minute. Just want to see if it's possible for them to get a move done here. As you go to this time of night, the cars look so beautiful, don't they, with the exhaust flames and glowing brake discs. Can't think many circuits work your brakes harder than this one. So a quick flick back through the order. See, Emmons is ahead of specs. This is another decent battle we've got here for P2 and P3. Smiley's been a difficult night, but I tell you the reason why he's in contention for this championship, he maximises his result every week. Only had the one race win, I believe, but every week is just there or thereabouts. And even when it looks like at times he's having a difficult race, he salvages something from it. But medium v softer, but then they're wood. You can already see that the warm wood. They're going to get those softs to hang around. Specs and Airman's another one to watch for sure. Dad seems to have pulled away from SD now, who is still under massive pressure from Gloss. The lights come on as we reach the last part of this race. Race that's flown by, a lot of action, not a good race. We'll get back to Airman and Specs of P2, P3. We're in the position now we're almost just writing off the race win. But we'll definitely give him his moment if he holds on to this. But just, in a position now, you just don't expect Philby to make mistakes. Yeah, it's a right ding dong here between Aston Martin and SD Dunn and the Corvette of Gloss Boss. Great Britain versus the USA, both in driver and car. Oh, that's a great shot, that is. See the grass feeling the effects of the cars driving past them at about 160, 170 miles an hour. Oh, was that a bit too much curve there, potentially? Asfield's behind, waiting to pounce on anything that may go down here. It'll be difficult to defend, you'd imagine, into turn one here for the Aston. Oh, again, sticking really tight to the inside line. Great racing. Bumper to bumper, door to door. What we've come to expect in the RL. Gran Turismo tier. We're going to see a lake moving. Oh, there's side by sides turn one. Just can't quite get it done though. It's just a difficult exit there for SD. So unfortunately, it looks like he's going to hold on to that. And now might come the pressure from Asfield and the Renault. And then put Jez in a little bit of no man's land and just go back. These two are still absolutely battling it out for P11 and P12. I can already see, if our calculations are on the map, the battle from 2 to 5 is looking closer and closer, so we'll get back to that. Let's see the full commitment from Apex for the chicane there. So much trust that these guys put in each other with their braking points, turns they race together a lot, not just what you see on the Sunday. It's I don't think I've ever seen a more dedicated race group than these guys. They just practice relentlessly all week just to be the best version of themselves they can. Panda pulling a little bit away now. Just flip through the order. Let's see where we're at now. It's P2 back. Oh, just caught it at that moment there. Closing up, isn't it? I'd say that ends in a decent position, though those tyres could be sketchy by the end. But Specs is going to have potential under pressure from Smiley, and you've got Nate good and 5, so these guys are tight, I'd say. So yeah, the race win looks comfortable. Not job done as of yet, but looks comfortable. But the battle from second down to fifth, if this field does keep closing up, Dad's fairly comfortable in P6. Lost was P7. He seems to be clear now of SD. Again, I'm in a situation where the tyres come back to him. Panda's done enough now to clear himself of Apex. have to see. It's a hell of a ding dong. It just shows, you know, the commitment just for every position here. I think this time Apex actually has got a really good run as we go into the Sky chicane. Panda really defending the inside hard, trying to send Apex a long way. Oh, gets it done. Still managed to be super late on the brakes, even from the inside line. Oh, again, full commitment. Using every inch of the track. This is it, Apex goes for it into Parabolica. Ah, but as he compromises his exit, is Panda going to come straight back at him? He might just come straight back on the threat here. Getting back to the P2 bathroom in just a moment. Let's see if Panda, can he get him back? Again, gonna have to go the long way. That might have compromised the Apex line. So Panda now trying to go really wide to cut back on Apex. Oh, there's a little bit of a squirrel on the exit. I don't think he's going to get the win for the Tifosi today, but if he could at least get this move done on McLaren, it would salvage something for him, and every point's going to be so crucial. Oh, obviously goes to Della Roja. Oh, again, look at the commitment from Panda. Watching drive at times, it reminds me of Jacques Villeneuve's at times in the old Ferrari driver. Again, I mean, Villeneuve was even before my time, but yeah, my dad's favourite driver growing up, so I saw plenty of Jacques Villeneuve sideways in Ferraris, I can assure you. Right, I would love to stick with that battle, but we need to see what's happening here at the front. What did we just see there? Oh, so Nagel's got himself ahead of Smiley. That's interesting. Not quite sure that's happened, but Nagel's softs must be just about to go off a cliff, but he is trying to take this last podium place from his Mercedes stablemate Energy Dunn. Again, there's no teams in this championship, it's every man for himself, so, but it is Mercedes in 3 and 4. Nagel's kind of gone under the radar in this race, but put himself in a really good position here. MG just putting his car not quite in the middle of the road, just trying to leave as little room as possible. Can Nagel get the run here into the Lesmos? He broke early to try and get a better exit. Probably do the same again here, and then maybe look to get moved into Scara. But we are into the final few laps. The race has flown by. I think it's just because it's so relentless here at Monza. Again, decided just to pull out and just bide and just try and force a mistake. Just one poor exit, one poor line from MG. Easily you may think to get track limit penalties here as well, which you can try and force by putting the pressure on the driver ahead. And we talked about consistency earlier. Look at those times from Nagel on the right. Just every single lap has been in the 148. Looks like Evans just kept himself out of trouble and just is going to nail the P2. Another really solid result for him. Plenty of weaving, as you can see, but as the things settle down as we approach the braking zone. Just trying to just get a better exit than your rival. Nagel can't forget about Smiley behind either, because his tyres start to fade. I think Specs would have wanted the race win, but ultimately Filthy and Air have just been too quick, too consistent. But he'll definitely want to come away from here with the podium. So again, Nagel's gone from the Hunter to the Hunted, it would seem. Yeah, definitely now Smiley looks closer to Nagel than Nagel does to Specs. It's been fantastic racing we've seen this evening. And this last podium position is going down to the wire, I think it's fair to say. Oh, those tyres going to cling on that Mercedes of Nagel, I wonder. Yeah, Smiley played it safe as well behind on the mediums. He's got a hell of a run here. Oh, he expects he's defending the slipstream. He just wants to make sure he doesn't defend into fresh air and compromise himself. I might tell him what to do though. Oh, it's a really nice switch back from Smiley. Going to be a drag race on the main straight. They'll both be trying to get the slipstream of MG done in front if they can. This is difficult here. You've got to brake as late as you can, but you can't win into the car ahead of you. It says advantage Smiley right now. Oh, somehow Nagel holds on. Oh, and it's a difficult exit for Smiley. I don't know how Nagel held on to that, but super close fair race. And now Nagel goes back on the attack onto Specs. What about this is for the last podium place on the penultimate lap. We will get round on the last lap to give Filthy his moment. It's completely deserved. And similar to some of those Max Verstappen wins early in the season, it's been so dominant that it almost goes under the radar and you forget about him. But this last podium place, it could go to any one of these three. We've just seen Nagel defending for his life from Smiley, and now he's going on the attack with MG ahead. Top back on with Smiley. Good run through here is going to be key. Oh, it looks like it might come off the power a little bit. Oh dear, it might cause them some difficulties. Specs going to find this hard. Nagel's tyres are about to fall off a cliff. He is doing an outstanding job to keep the performance going in those. As we're going on to the last lap, Filthy's already started here, so we will get back round to in a minute. We've at least got to see the turn one here between these two. Smiley's waiting to pick up the pieces. Oh, Nagel's gone for the move. It's super late on the brakes. Oh my word. They cling on. They're going to go so side by side for the Curve de Grande. Oh. They are. Just makes you grimace whenever you see this. These guys are battling hard. It's been firm but fair so far. Can Nagel make it stick on the outside of here? Oh, he's running out of room. He'll have to get to Filthy in a moment. What a drive this has been. I've just got to say that back-to-back races, it's just been so consistent, mistake-free. He's added the pace now as well to the consistency that was already there and the good strategy. Right now, brought himself right in contention for the GT Championship. What a finale that's going to be. We've still got Watkins Glen to go, but it's made for a finale, an epic finale on Nürburgring next weekend. But yeah, phenomenal drive from Filthy. He's going to go back-to-back wins here in the ERL GT7 tier. Well done to Filthy, completely deserved. Really solid drive from Airman as well. Got pole, but disappointed didn't convert it, but if you can't win, next place best place to be is second, and after a difficult start, it's been so consistent as well to get that P2. Specs is going to hold on to this P3. We've got a drag race for P4. Nagel holds on, but Smiley doesn't know if he will be your champion again for season 2. He goes back to back. Dad Ledger finds the race win earlier. Overall, it's not a bad result, but I think he'll be disappointed after so he was contending for the win early on. SD manages to hold on from Lost Boss in the end. He takes P8, Adriel P9. On the book, Jez will take P10. What's happening with Apex? Oh, Apex has got clear Panda now. Like that, Panda P12. Oh, Panda's got a penalty. Could be some late drama here because that's going to bring him right into. Going to put him right under pressure from Fishtail, and every point is going to matter for Panda. He's going to hang on to that, isn't he? I think just about. Oh no, Bench goes through. This still happens there. Bench Roy's last place, William Spoon. That's going to go to myself. As I say, soft tyre's not the play when you go too early. That's what happens when they're shot to bits. The big thing is just stick to the commentary, I think. But that is it. I'm just going to get to the outside. There's only really one man we can give the points to. Well, there's a lot of points we can give out, but for this guy to go back to back, it's incredible. We're at Watkins Glen this weekend. Unfortunately, I think it will be another. Oh, actually, we're hoping to have Chunky back this week. I hope he does get well soon, but hopefully we'll have Chunky back on comms for Sunday because I'm a bit light on numbers, so I imagine there'll be a decent chance, even if it's by luck, that I get through to the main race. I can't do the comms for you, but we should hopefully have Chunky back for that one. And then the following week, although the race itself we want to watch the 3 hours of Nürburgring, we've got the hour race of GT class the night before, but that championship finale for GT class is going right down to the wire, so definitely one to watch. But thank you for joining take 2 of this Monza race replay, and we will see you on Sunday at Watkins Glen. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you. Good night.